Welcome to Behind the Mic with AudioFile magazine. I'm Joe Reed. Publisher Michele Cobb is with me for the week. Hello, Michele.
Hi, Joe.
If it's you, there's a theme.
I was going to say, you ready for my theme?
I am.
Navigating change.
Now that's broad and that's good. So I'm sure quite interesting. And who is leading us off on this venture?
Run for the Hills by Kevin Wilson, read
Oh.
by Marin Ireland.
And she also read Nothing to See Here.
Yes, one of my absolute favorites.
Mine as well. And it's interesting because I spoke to Kevin Wilson once and he loved her reading of it. He went on and on and on about it.
Well, to me, they are absolutely what I would call an irresistible combination.
Yeah, I would agree. So tell me about Run for the Hills. It's just come out. There's always a lot of buzz because it's Kevin Wilson.
The book tells Madeline's story. She's referred to as Mad. We're going to get a lot of nicknames in this. And this is her life being upended when her mystery author brother, Reuben, known as Rube, appears at her family farm and he claims to be her older half brother.
Because her father is a bounder.
Yes, they are in fact related. And they head out together in a PT cruiser to find their other siblings, all of whom have been abandoned by their father in a serial manner. And he just starts a family, establishes it, abandons it, starts a new family.
But it's a whole different identity too. I read the review in
Oh,
New
yeah.
York Times. So he's Chuck with Mad, Charles with Rube, and then he's Chip, the sports coach with another daughter.
Yes. And
Yeah,
each time it's a different
wild.
job, it's a different affinity. So like one of them he cooks and the other ones are like, "Wait, what?" So the only thing that seems to be consistent is that while he's there, he's actually a good father, but then he's gone.
But then he's gone. That reminds me of a restaurant review I just read, which was the waiter didn't come by often, but every time he did, he was so glad to see us. And so he takes off and okay, so I'm assuming they're all together trying to, locate him now.
Yes, so they actually pick up what turns out to be two additional kind of siblings along the way, including a college basketball star and an 11-year-old boy with a penchant for filmmaking. So Marin really has to play a wide variety of characters and a wide variety of ages. And to me, she was key to the listening enjoyment because the book actually felt a little underdeveloped to me in pieces, and the ending was a little bit unfulfilling. So she really kept me going, and she does a great job with the humor and the emotional beats because they're all navigating their personal histories on this journey, and they're really going to confront the dad. So it's got a very clear purpose.
It's interesting because that's the review that I read said pretty much the same thing, that, Kevin Wilson excels at quirky families and,
Yes,
things like the touch of they're in a PT cruiser, things
right.
like that. It seems that's just so perfect. But it felt like the spice wasn't there. Something was off in a way. But I'll listen anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it, but I did feel like it could have kept going. Like I wanted more. I wanted things a little bit more filled out, and I certainly wanted more at the end.
Yeah. And I think, well, because I think the thing with Kevin Wilson, he's such a good writer. And when he's on, he really scores. Like he's unbeatable because I happen to love quirkiness. And I think Marin is such an intelligent reader
She is, yeah.
that she'll get the best out of the book.
And absolutely she did.
I can see that. Can we hear her?
Yeah, this is where Mad and Rube, the older two siblings, meet for the first time.
Okay, this is Run for the Hills by Kevin Wilson, read by Marin Ireland.
"Who are you?" she finally asked. And the man, so pale, turned red. He was sweating in the sun, blinking rapidly. "I'm your brother," he answered. "My name is Reuben Hill." "My brother?" "Well, yes, and stop doing that," she said, her voice rising. "I want you to tell me real things, specific things. And if I ask you a question, I want answers that are either yes or no and not both. Okay?" "Sorry," he replied. "So you're my brother?" "Yes." "Okay, yes." "What the hell?" she offered. "What a bizarre thing. A dude in a PT Cruiser shows up at my farm and he's my brother." "Half brother," he offered. "We're half siblings." "Okay, this is helpful," she said. "This is the information that I need, you understand? Like some tangible data to make sense of this." She thought for a second. "Dad. Of course, Dad."
I don't know if this makes sense to you, but I think Marin, aside from being such an intelligent narrator, is also a really subtle one. She never overplays, but she still manages to color her characters so wonderfully. It's almost like she's a watercolorist rather than an oil painter, if that makes sense.
Oh, it does. And my theme being navigating change. Like there's so much change in this book
Oh, God, I
with the
bet.
characters, and I think that she, with that kind of painting, is able to find these really subtle shifts that are super important.
I really can't wait to listen. I'm sure it will be a pleasure. They're a great combination, Kevin Wilson and Marin
Absolutely.
Ireland. So this is Run for the Hills. It's Kevin Wilson's latest book, and it's read by Marin Ireland. Well, you're off to a good start, I think.
I am. It's a very interesting week.
Okay. I will talk to you tomorrow, Michelle.
Sounds good.
Support for Behind the Mic comes from Dreamscape, an award winning audiobook publisher with a catalog that includes authors LJ Shen, Frida McFadden, and Katie Robert. Discover your next great listen at dreamscapepublishing.com. If you like Behind the Mic, leave us a rating. And don't forget to follow us on the platform of your choice. I'm Joe Reed. I'll talk to you tomorrow.